Ever since the New York Times published its Louis C.K. exposé and C.K. himself admitted to masturbating in front of women without their consent, the comedy world has been left to grapple with the ramifications of this revelation. Given C.K.'s heightened stature within comedy circles, he has no shortage of friends and colleagues, and they've begun, one by one, to address the comedian's fall from grace. Some fans have been particularly curious to see Jon Stewart comment on the scandal, since the former Daily Show host seemed to shrug off the allegations when publicly asked to address them a year ago. And on Tuesday's Today Show, Stewart addressed the news, saying it, and C.K.'s admission of guilt, left him stunned. "You know, you give your friends the benefit of the doubt," Stewart said. "I try to think of it in terms of, I've had friends who have had compulsions and have done things, gambling or drinking and drugs, and we've lost some of them. Some of them have died. And you always find yourself back to a moment of, did I miss something? Could I have done more? And in this situation, I think we all could have. So you feel anger at what you did to people. Look, comedy on its best day is not a great environment for women. I think it's gotten better over the years, but certainly when we started 30 years ago it was really difficult, and so to do it was an act of bravery in and of itself." Last year, during a live taping of David Axelrod's podcast The Axe Files, a University of Chicago student asked Stewart about the allegations against C.K. and Stewart seemed visibly perplexed, saying he was unfamiliar with the rumors. The student noted that the whispers about C.K.'s behavior came from both the Gawker Post and comedian Jen Kirkman's podcast. "I apologize," Stewart said. "I'm not that connected to that world. I don't know what you're talking about, but I can't really answer. I don't know what to say. All I can tell you is I've worked with Louis for 30 years, and he's a wonderful man and person, and I've never heard anything about this." On Today, Stewart thought back to that moment, repeating that the Q last year was the first he'd heard of the allegations. "My first response was, 'What?' he said. And then, joke, and as he kept going I was like, 'Look, I know this is very serious, but I know Louis. He's always been a gentleman, to me.' Which, again, speaks to the blindness that I think the man has, which is like, 'Hey, he's a good guy, what are you talking about?'" Later on, Stewart said, he and other comedians started digging around in it and asking questions, but were assured that the allegations were not true. "We took somebody's word for it, and maybe that's an error on our part." For more information, please follow the link below the video.